Maybe you've never worked with a coach before, or maybe you have and you've been burned before. So, how do you know who to trust and who's just really good at marketing? And I'm not calling anyone a scammer as a customer. If it works for you, it works for you. The coaching industry is full of smoke sellers. So, I'm going to share my points on how to best choose who to work with. Coaching as a profession sometimes gets really bad reputation, but here's the thing. Every industry has its bad apples or its scammers. Some fields carry more of a negative aura to them, like coaching or even car seller. But it's not unique to us. You'll find it in medicine, in therapy, in journalism, in writing, and let's not even get into politics. The point isn't that coaching is worse. The point is that you need to know how to tell the difference. So, my first point is some coaches have a million followers posting things like manifest your person in 30 seconds. And don't get me wrong, I love those practices, but techniques alone aren't enough. For real change, you need a clear framework, not just follow your joy, but actual steps, tools, and structure to guide you forward. Information versus transformation. We live in a moment where information is abundant and it's easily accessible for everyone. Any type of content can give you an aha moment. You might read a book, you might watch a video, you might find a quote on Instagram and feel like, wow, that really resonates. But transformation happens when you actually apply the insight. When you start building new habits, when you have structure to follow, when you have accountability and guidance to help you move through the resistances that will show up eventually. That's the difference between collecting information and actually living differently. Information just fills your mind, but transformation will rewire your life. And as the next point, some of the best coaches don't have a million followers, but you look at their energy. What are their values? What is the way they live? Do they embody the kind of life that you are aspiring to? Personally, I'm not interested in Lamborghinis or the Miami nightlife, but that doesn't mean that those coaches are wrong. It just means that I rather learn from someone who's building a grounded, soft, abundant life that it feels true to me. There are some coaches that put themselves up on a pedestal. They act like they got some divine status and they're untouchable. They demand respect just because they said so and not because they earned it. They want you to see them as special, as if they're the only ones with the answer. And they want to make you feel like without them, you are nothing. It's the kind of space where you can't question them, can't disagree, and you end up shrinking yourself to fit into their little empire. That's not growth, it's dependency and borderline cult like. I am not your guru. I am not above you. I'm not here to be worshipped. I'm just a flawed human being that walked through the same path that you are on. And I'm just a couple steps further ahead. So I can turn back and shine a light at you. I don't have all of the answers, but hey, I've been there. This is what works for me. And I can walk with you, but you are in charge of your journey. I'm just here to make it a little bit less lonely, a little clearer, and a lot more doable. The next point is coaching shouldn't feel like pressure. Some people thrive on tough love, even with a trainer yelling in their face, like in the Biggest Loser program. Personally, that doesn't work for me. I don't want someone making me feel like a loser because I missed a day or shaming me into buying, saying, if you don't get this course, your life will be forever cursed. The right coach will match your support style and will give you space to decide and respect your pace. And the last point is just listen to your gut. Do you feel seen, safe, respected, or do you feel anxious and pressured? And let me share this quick story with you. Even me as a coach, I was trying to put together a mastermind and I was reaching out to other coaches to connect and to collaborate. So I sent a friendly message to this coach saying like, "Hey, I've been following you for a while. I love your content. I would love to have a conversation with you about an upcoming program that I'm putting together. Let me know if you have a minute to talk." And the only thing I got as a response was a list of prices. Not even a hello, not even a human acknowledgement. It was just like 30-minute price, 1 hour price, 3 months or 6 months package price. I was shooketh. And it took me about 24 hours to get out of that foggy brain state into like what just happened. So when I recovered and I went back to just give a response and try to clear this misunderstanding, I opened my social media and I see that this coach had blocked me on every single platform. Needless to say, I was heartbroken and I never recovered. No, but for real, I mean, who would want to work with someone like that? Not even as a customer, but as a colleague. Talk about high vibing. But back to coaching, I want to be super clear. Coaching is not a basic need. It's not food, it's not rent, it's not medicine. Coaching is a nice to have. So you might feel curious about coaching, but you might decide to go at it on your own for some time, and that's completely acceptable. It's just like fitness. You might start by going out for a jog or cutting sugar or getting yourself some protein powder. And for a while, that's fine. For some people, that is enough to work. But when you want to take it a step further, or when you're not seeing the results that you were trying to get, that's when you will hire a trainer, a nutritionist, or get that gym membership where you can get a structured routine. Coaching works the same way. There's so much free content out there, my channel included, to help you get started, like meditations, mindset shifts, breakthrough moments. But remember, information is not transformation. Knowledge can spark insight, but transformation will happen when you start applying it with structure, accountability, and guidance. That's where coaching makes the difference. So take what you need from my free resources, and if or when you're ready to go deeper, you know where to find me.